Rahul Mamkootathil, who's facing charges of rape and coerced abortion. Despite multiple efforts, the MLA has been dodging the investigators, and the latest report suggests that he fled from a location in Tamil Nadu-Kerala border hours before the police reached there. Meanwhile, activist and YouTuber Rahul Ishwar is in judicial custody on charges of defaming and revealing the identity of the victim in the case, a charge he has refuted. NDTV also brings another dimension, Vasudha, to this case. The alleged husband of the complainant in this case against the Congress MLA, who's a BJP worker allegedly, speaks out exclusively to NDTV's Ashwin Nandakumar and makes some startling claims. Clearly, this case is getting more intense by the day.
That's right, Veera. In fact, this case has been very agonizing at different levels because the MLA is still absconding, and the fact that there is a weakened high command that's looking at reviving the Congress party's chances in next year's elections. UDF is looking for a comeback. Also, in some ways, shows that the Congress party is in a dilemma dealing with a situation like Rahul Mamkootathil. But let's listen in to that interview of this survivor's husband with Ashwin Nandakumar.
The case was filed against Congress MLA Rahul Mamkootathil, and for the past many weeks we have come to know about what happened to the victim, her stories, her pain, and this entire incident. But there is one person whose pain, what he has gone through has never been revealed to the public. Without further much ado, I'm going straight to him and let's hear what he has to say. So your pain has not been heard by public. What is your relationship with the victim, and what is it that you are going through?
Actually, I don't know what happened here. As I am unaware of anything that is going on. I'm really upset about the cyber attack happening against me. It is creating trauma to me, my old age parents. So don't drag me into this case.
When you're saying that you are being attacked, cyber attack is there, people are dragging you, you still didn't tell what is the relation that you have with this victim?
2024 August 22nd, marriage happened.
What kind of attacks, what are the things, when you say cyber attacks, what is happening? What are the things what people are saying against you? And how are you being dragged in it? Cyber attack? What are they? How is it becoming a thing?
ഇതിൽ ആക്ഷേപങ്ങൾ എന്നെയും കൂടെ വലിച്ചെടുക്കുന്ന രീതിയിൽ, എന്നെയും കൂടെ മോശമായി ചിത്രീകരിക്കുന്ന രീതിയിൽ ഉള്ള സൈബർ അറ്റാക്കുകളാണ് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. എനിക്ക് ഈ സംഭവത്തെ കുറിച്ച് അറിയില്ല.
You don't know anything about it?
അറിയില്ല.
You had no clue?
No, എനിക്കറിയില്ല. എനിക്കുണ്ടാകുന്ന മാനസിക സംഘർഷങ്ങൾ വളരെ വലിയ രീതിയിലാണ് എനിക്കും എൻ്റെ കുടുംബത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്.
So, you also came to know when this FIR was filed, or you had an idea that something like this has happened in the family? When did you come to know? When did this attack started? For how long has this attack been going on?
ഇങ്ങനൊരു പരാതി വന്നതിന് ശേഷമാണ് ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള സൈബർ അറ്റാക്ക്, എൻ്റെ വിവാഹ ഫോട്ടോ ഉൾപ്പെടെ മോശമായി ചിത്രീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ടും സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയകളിലും ഒക്കെ ആയിട്ട് കണ്ടത്.
Well, Ashwin Nandakumar joins us live. Also with us this evening are senior journalists Liz Matthew, K. Johnny and Ajay Kamath, all of them who watch Kerala very, very closely. We'll try and get to our guests as well in a bit. But first, Ashwin Nandakumar, straight to you. Set the context of what the case is at right now, and also about what authorities are telling you about where Rahul Mamkootathil could be and why it's taken such a long time and he's still absconding.
Oh, well, the complainant had made the complaint 6 days ago, and ever since that, the MLA has been absconding. That means for 6 days, he has been absconding. Now, the charges that has been filed against him are very serious charges. One, at multiple places, he has alleged that MLA has abused her, sexually abused her, and also forced her to abort the fetus. Now, these are the main charges that have been put against him. Ever since this FIR has been lodged, the MLA has gone into hiding. And for a long time, the police are also hinting that he has possibly moved out of Kerala towards Hosur, and somewhere between Hosur and Bangalore, he's there somewhere stationed. And one of the things that they have also understood is a red color car, which is also being used for this escapade. At the same time, today, interestingly, the lawyer of the MLA has also said and requested for in-camera proceedings with regard to the anticipatory bail plea that is going to be heard in the local court in Thiruvananthapuram tomorrow. So very grim chances are there, is what legal experts are saying. At the same time, the charges are also quite serious. The MLA is absconding. The police have no clue where he is. And while we spoke to the alleged husband of the victim in this case, he has said he has also been a victim of a cyber attack, and he, in fact, is very difficult for him to even go out at this point of time.
Absolutely.
Liz Matthew, multiple connotations there, Vasudha, in this
one
case.
Thing that women voters in this... Absolutely. Liz Matthew, I'd like to take this question with you. One thing that women voters across this country in different elections have taught us is that parties have to be mindful of, behavior of their own when it comes to women empowerment. How is this case, according to you, going to impact UDF's perception, optics, or even chances, prospects in the coming elections?
Of course, so that this will have an impact. So
we seem to be having a problem with the connection with your connection, Liz Matthew. We'll check that connection and get back to you in just a bit. But an important question that you raised there, Vasudha. K. Johnny, you followed this very closely. Is it the is the Congress party there, in a sense, unable to control this MLA Rahul Mamkootathil? Because some would argue that if he surrenders before the police and faces the process, it could be much less embarrassment for the party, irrespective of what the allegations and the counter allegations are.
Yeah, I think the Congress took some right steps in the beginning. They suspended him from the primary membership of the party, and they removed him from the post of Youth Congress state president. But now, there is an official complaint against him, and I think the Congress must come forward to tell Rahul, to advise Rahul to resign from the MLA-ship, I think. Because so far, the argument has been that there is no official complaint against Rahul Mamkootathil. But now the police has got an official complaint from the victim. So now it is up to the Congress leadership to take the right action in this regard. So otherwise, Congress will have to answer many questions in the upcoming elections. But that doesn't mean that the other parties, including CPM and BJP, they don't have the moral standing right now, because we know they too have been facing so many allegations. And we know what happened in the Bridgebhushan case, what happened to the MLAs, who faced sexual harassment allegations in Kerala.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
Liz Matthew is back with us. Liz, help us understand who is Rahul Mamkootathil, because at some point we thought he was one of the fiercest critics of Pinarayi Vijayan, before, during those bipole campaigns, and he's somebody who won that bipole after Shafi Parambil became an MP. Help us understand what is his background and what really are his political sort of prospects. Is he like a strong player in Congress Kerala?
Yes, Vasudha. Rahul Mamkootathil was actually came to notice. I mean, people started noticing him when he started appearing for Congress in this television debates. He was a fierce critic of Pinarayi Vijayan, like you
Okay.
mentioned, and also to the CPM. And later, he became one of the, most vocal faces of the Congress, especially among the youth brigade in Kerala. And he was very sharp in his attacks. He was his political sense and his presence of, the reasoning. He was a social media figure, and that is how he came, and that's the reason that Congress party actually considered him to be the youth Congress president in the state. And like you mentioned, his because of his the social media presence and his popularity with the visual media, that is how he became. Other than that, he was not
Right.
a student leader from the school days or college days like that. He became very popular
Right.
and became the strongest voice of the Congress by being the Congress spokesperson on television channels. And of course,
One of the
and
young voices of the
Right.
Congress, some would argue.
yes.
Ajay Kamath, briefly, you see, this is not just about Rahul Mamkootathil. The case is now turned into one that involves Rahul Ishwar, who has been arrested, the YouTuber activist who has been arrested and detained for defaming allegedly the victim and revealing her identity. What's the political dimension this case is taking up in Kerala? Because it's no longer just an allegation against an MLA, a serious allegation of rape and coercion to abortion against a Congress MLA, a young Congress MLA, and now the absconding MLA seems to have turned this into a much larger case.
Yeah, the thing is that the MLA has no other solution, but he has to abscond right now, because if he is arrested, currently the situation becomes more serious, because there will be more allegations coming out. So the thing is that right now the local body elections are coming up, so the situation is becoming more intense for the Congress, and the Congress party,
Yeah.
except VD Sadishan, okay, he has taken a strong stand in this case. He said the culprit will not be let loose. We will take strict actions. So right now, the victim has directly approached the chief minister with a complaint. I think that is a correct move, because she can't go to a police station. That's because we know how the system
Right.
functions. She has done the right thing by going to the chief minister,
Right.
so that the case gets the right attention. Okay, because the person on the other side is highly influential. He is a political leader. So now,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
now
Mr. Johnny, Mr. Johnny, that's a very important point that Mr. Ajay is making, and I would like to take off from that. Congress in Kerala is also seen as a divided house, but you have very important leaders like KC Venugopal, Ramesh Chenitala, even Shashi Tharoor, VD Satishan. How has this case impacted internal dynamics of the Congress party? Because is there any chatter around who is protecting him, who is going against him? Is there some chatter around that?
I think most of the Congress leaders have taken a very strong stand on this issue, including Ramesh Chanditala, V.D. Sadishan. They were crystal clear that Rahul has to go from the post of the Youth Congress president, and they were very clear that Rahul should be suspended from the primary membership of the party, and that really took place. But now, they will have to face this question whether Rahul has to resign his MLA-ship, whether he should resign from the legislature. Because being a lawmaker, Rahul, I don't understand why he is running away from the law, the force of the law.
Yeah.
Because he himself is a lawmaker.
It's an important point that you're making, Johnny. Ashwin Nandakumar, just give us a larger context to it, because as I mentioned, this is no longer just about the rape and the coercion to abortion allegations made by the survivor. This has turned into something bigger with the arrest of a YouTuber and then the absconding MLA. Just give us an overall sense of how this is playing out in Kerala.
Just 2 weeks ahead of the local body elections, the Congress is definitely in a soup. This comes at a time when CPM was facing a large backlash over the Sabrimala issue. And that is when this controversy has taken a center stage. Now, right now, I'm standing just in front of the MLA Rahul Mamkootathil's office in Palakkad. It has been shut for the last 6 days, ever since the man has been absconding. In fact, the police is there outside to ensure that there is no kind of any untoward incident that happens in the locality also. Saying that what has essentially happened is that this has all turned out to be a pre-election kind of a situation that has come. And Rahul Mamkootathil is somebody who has won by 18,000 votes in the last bypoll election, which was not expected at all. In fact, he got support of a lot of people which was otherwise not there. So certainly, even for the CPM, the ruling party, Rahul is seen as a leader who has got a kind of a solid story, a youth leader who's very vocal and supported by the young voter base. Now that is being completely thrashed. The youngsters in the state of Kerala are certainly very anguished in what has turned out. Not just this one particular FIR. In fact, just few hours ago, one more FIR has also been
point,
registered.
Nandakumar. Let me give the last word to Liz Matthew. Liz, you heard all the panelists out. How is this really going to end? The Congress has distanced itself from this controversy. How is the left looking at this? What do you expect to unravel in the next few days?
It has become a political issue, and as we know that the Sabrimala issue was the alleged gold scam case was theft case was actually hurting the CPIM. So the way this case has come up, the way Rahul Mamkootathil issue was not a new one. It has been there in the public forum. It has been there in the charter for some time. Why this has become an issue just on the eve of election is the question. And the Congress, like earlier mentioned, the Congress is a divided house. Some in the Congress is supporting Rahul, and some are like they want strict action. And it is also showing and reflecting the kind of groupism in the Congress, which they say it is gone, but it is always resurfacing again and again. So Congress has failed to come up as a united face, although the leaders have expressed their anguish and their anger over this incident, and they say law will take its own course. But at the same time, the CPM, how they are using it, how the party is using it as a political weapon against the Congress at a time the CPM is facing a lot of allegations and accusation and public ire from accounts. So this has simply become a political issue now.
Simply become a political issue. 10 seconds, Ajay. Final word from you. 10 seconds.
Yeah, but I think that for local body elections, it will be an issue, but largely the issue will be debated in the coming assembly polls, because how Congress is going to take action, what will be the Congress stance, that will be the biggest factor for how the elections is going.
What will be the Congress stand? That will be the biggest factor as we go along. But it is a political issue, but it's also, remember, an issue of law, that an MLA from a party is gone absconding while facing such serious charges. Not the first time we've seen it, but hopefully we'll see what happens next. Thanks very much to all our guests there.